Dear students, today we will see another concept on list in Python programming. So earlier class which we saw introduction to list, the way how we can make use in Python programming. We saw that theoretically as well as practically. So how we can create a list, how we can assign the values to a list, and what are the types of list like an empty list, long list, and nested list, and the way how we can traverse the list data items or values, and also we saw so the way how we can access with the help of index values of list data items, and we saw predefined function like list, the way how we can make use through that, how we can create an empty list and how we can assign the values. So things which we checked with comparison also, which we saw when we have two lists, the way how we can compare it, so which provides the boolean values as a result. If it matches both the list values data items, true. If doesn't matches, false. We took two examples and which we compared normal list and nested list, like that which you can practice list concept. Now we are proceeding with another one, list concept, that is operations on list. Operations on list which we are going to provide. See the way how we can do different kinds of operations. Python provides us with several basic operations. Python provides us with several basic operations which can be performed on list. So operations like concatenation, which you can see, and repetition. Concatenation means adding two lists into a single one. At the same time, repetition, when you have a list values, when you have a list values, then you can repeat that same list data items in number of times based on the value which you specify, along with list followed by asterisk operator, that is what multiplication which we use in computer, followed by the numeric value. So the numeric, based on the numeric value, that many number of times this particular list data items will be repeated. Then membership testing. So already which we saw when we studied with operators in Python programming, one of the type of operators is membership operators. In, not in. These are the two ways which we use membership operators in Python programming. Same thing which we are going to apply with list data items. And same thing like slicing. Even which we saw introduction to list, slicing the way how we can make use. So same like a range function which works here. We'll use the slicing concept. By using slicing, the way how we can access the list data items or values. And then indexing. Indexing also which we saw last class, the way how we can we know that it, when you create a list, the data items which it was assigned in a list, so which will be having its own index value always, which goes from starting with 0 and so on. And this is which we call it as positive index from left to right. And there is another type of index also which we saw, negative index also was assigned, that can be treated always starts with -1 and keep on with increments by 1, and this negative index starts from right to left. Now these are the different kinds of operations which we can do on list in Python programming. Now first one, so the data type list allows manipulation of its contents through various operations as shown below. Now we are getting into the concatenation. First one is concatenation, the way how we can make use. Concatenation or joining is a process in which multiple sequences are lists Why we are saying multiple sequences means the definition says list is a ordered collection of data items. A sequence, ordered collection of sequence, which we call it as a list, can be combined together with the help of a certain operators. The help of a certain operators. Python allows combining or adding of two lists using plus, that is what which we call it as concatenation operator. Addition operator which we use for concatenation also same operator which we can use. That is why so Python allows us to join two or more lists using concatenation operator. The symbol is plus, that is what addition operator. Symbol is addition operator. Then list is a list of first five odd numbers. Now let's take an example. The way how we can add, how we can perform this concatenation operation. So list 1 which we took odd integers, 5 values, data items 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. List 2 is list of first 5 even numbers. Another list which we create list 2 equal to so even numbers 5 numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So now we have taken two list examples. One is list 1 which contains the odd number and another one is list 2 which contains even numbers. These are the two lists which we have taken which you want to perform concatenation operation. Get elements of list 1 followed by list 2. So how we can do list 1 plus list 2 when you do the operation, so that becomes concatenation. So here which we want to display first list 1 elements, then followed by that list 2 elements, then in that case list 1 plus list 2 is the expression which we need to use to perform concatenation operation. Suppose if you want to have first list 2 elements followed by list 1, then you need to change the expression list 2 plus list 1. Then in that case first even numbers will be displayed, then followed by that odd numbers will be displayed. Same way which we took another string data values, data items, list examples, list 3 equal to so string values like red, green, blue, which you can see example here, and same way list 4 equal to another colors like cyan, magenta, yellow, black. So now here we took there are two different list variables which contains different color names which we use. Okay, so now the operation which you can see list 3 plus list 4, the concatenation operation expression which we use, first we want to display the list 3 data items, then followed by that list 4 data items, then you can see the output how it will be expected. So all the color names which we specified for two different list variables which we made it as a single list as a result. That is how concatenation operation which you can make use. So note that there is no change in original list, that is list 1, list 2, list 3, list 4 remain the same after concatenation operation. So here whatever concatenation operation which we did, so which will not reflect for your existing variables the data items which it contains, which will not make any changes. So here, so we'll see the only output added result. If you want to use the result of two concatenated results, we should use an assignment operator. So now, so here so far whichever two examples which we took either integers or string values, so which we perform directly with those list variables. Suppose if you want to assign some other list variable this concatenated result is, we can make use that with another variable and we can assign this expression, concatenation expression, then it will be stored into the another list variable. Let's take an example. Joins list 2 at the end of the list 1. Okay. So now the variable name is new. Variable names always without spaces, which you need to use. New list equal to list 1 plus list 2 concatenation operation which you want to perform. Same example which we took earlier, like list 1 contains odd numbers and list 2 contains even numbers. Now which you want to assign to another new list variable is new list equal to list 1 plus list 2. Then you can see that new list contains the result of those two concatenation of list 1 list 2 data items. New list, the concatenation operator plus requires that the operands should be of list type only. The operands means here variable names list 1 and list 2. Both should contain data items in the form of list type. The data type should be data which it contains list only, list type only. If we try to concatenate a list with elements of some other data type, then which will get the type error occurs. Okay, so list means always we should enclose data items within the square brackets. So that is what which you need to recall whenever you are working with list concept in Python programming. So always list data items would be enclosed in square brackets. Inside square brackets, data items or values are separated by a comma. Now let's take another example. List 1 is which we did within the square brackets data, and there is another variable string 1 str1 which means string variable. This is not a list. Now when you are trying to do here list 1 plus str1, so now we are concatenating list data items and string values, normal string values. There is within the list string values also which you can do, but here which we took an example, this string variable, general string variable, and when you are trying to do this concatenation which will generate an error, type error. Okay, so that is how concatenation operation which you can perform in Python programming list concept. Okay, now second one is repetition. How can, whenever you want to have repetition of your list data items or values multiple times, if you want to print same value as, that is what which we call it as a repetition. So how we can do the repetition? Like multiply by using asterisk symbol. That asterisk symbol is nothing but multiplication operator when you work with in computer operations. Multiply operator replicates the list for a specified number of times and creates a new list. Multiplication operator, that is what asterisk symbol, which replicates the list for a specified number of times and which creates new list. Okay, that is what repetition which we call it as. Python allows us to replicate the contents of a list using repetition operator depicted by symbol asterisk symbol. Okay, asterisk symbol for using multiplication. But here which will not perform like a multiplication, which will work like a repetition of that values. So list 1, let's take an example. List 1 equal to there is a string value which we took here hello. There is a string value which we took here hello, and this value which you want to reflect multiple times, yes, which it can be replicated multiple times this particular value. So elements of list 1 repeated 4 times. If you want to repeat the 4 times, yes, we can use the list variable list 1 into list 4. Then we can see that list 1, whatever data items which it contains, that data items will be repeated 4 number of times. 4 number of times. Let's take another example. List 2 equal to 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, which you want to perform again here, repetition of this list 2 asterisk symbol and 2 times. Okay. Then if you print that output, you will see the complete data items will print first one time, followed by again which repeats from starting to end the data items, starting with end data items. That is what. So now see, earlier string value which we took, now integer values which we took to perform repetition, the repetition concept here. Let's see 2 times which you want to repeat this list 2 data items. So first it will print the 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, which completes the list, and we used here to repeat 2 times s. So again which will be repeated. Same list data items. That is how repetition works. But the symbol operator which we use here, same operator which we use for multiplication, will be used here, a list also. In this case, only when you have the list items, data items, when you use this operator followed by numeric value, instead of multiplication, which will repeat the values that many number of times, that concept which we call it as repetition. Now another one is membership. Okay, so membership testing is an operation carried out to check or test whether a particular element or item is a member of that sequence or not. So membership operator which helps us to check particular element in that particular list available or not. That is what which we use for membership operator. The membership operator in checks operator in is a operator, membership operator checks if the element is present in the list and returns true, else returns false. Okay, let's take an example. List 1 equal to red, green, blue color names which we assign, and here which you want to check that one particular color whether it is available in the list or not. That is green, because this is a string value, that's why we must enclose string data items within single quote or double quote. That is what which we learned from starting onwards. String variables and then operators, when we use with strings, same way you need to enclose the string value always either single quote or double quote. Now in is the membership operator. This particular value which you want to check within the list variable is available or not. If it is available, then we will get the result as Boolean value, that is true. If it doesn't exist, then you will get the false Boolean value as a result. Now in this case, in our list 1 contains red, green, blue. Now we are checking the green, and which is available, then we get expected output would be true. Same manner, another one, cyan, another color which we are checking with that list, cyan in list 1, and we check that list available data items, all the items which come as. If it is not available, then we will get the false. So here the cyan color which we want to check within the list is available or not, then we checks it. And here in our case, the example which we took here, red, green, blue color, but we are trying to check here cyan is a color which is available or not, data item. So now it is not available within our list example. Now we would get output as false. Output as false. So that is how which we use in operator, membership operator with list. With list. The operator not in. There is another membership operator not in. Transfers returns true if the element not in transfers returns true if the element is not present in the list, else it returns false. So now previously which we checked with the help of in operator whether it is available or not. If it is available true, if not available false. So which is something like opposite of that in operator which we use not in. So not in which checks if it is true not in operator then result will be true. So not in operator if it is not available within that particular list, okay, then which returns, else returns false. See list 1 again, same example which we took, red, green, blue, cyan not in list 1. Yes, we are saying that this particular data item which is not there in list 1 variable, okay, so which means true, okay, this particular data item not available not in list 1. So list 1 contains what data items, red, green, blue, and we are saying that cyan is not in list 1, yes, which is true, output also true. Same way there is another item, green is another data item, list data item not in list 1. So now this particular data item we are saying that which is not in list 1 variable, but this is available in list 1, that is why you will get a false, okay. So that is how not in which works, membership operator in, not in, both can be used to check whether data item, list data item is available within the list or not, okay. Now another concept is slicing. Slicing already which we saw earlier class, the way how we can make use slicing. Slicing operations allows us to create new list by taking out elements from an existing list. So what do you mean by slicing? Slicing operations allows us to create a new list by taking out elements from an existing list. So let's take an example. List 1 which we have red, green, blue, cyan, magenta, yellow, black. Subject from indexes 2 to 5 of list 1. So now in this list data items, we know that each and every data item which was assigned into the memory, its own index number always starting with 0, from left to right positive index, from right to left negative index always starts with -1. Now here list 1 within square brackets, list variable name followed by within the square brackets start and stop, start and stop. Same like range function which works, slicing. So range function also there are three parameters which we saw, start, stop and step. Step is optional. So here also which would be optional. Start which starts which index which includes, and stop whatever value which you specify which will not be included that, but -1 step which will take, okay. So 2 is the start and end is 6 which means up to 5, okay. 0 1 0 position red item, 1 position index number green and 2 is blue, okay. Now 2 to 6 when we specified the slice then starts with 2 index number blue, then 3 cyan, and 4 magenta, and 5 yellow, and 6 will not be included because 6 means 6 minus 1 up to 5. So that's why output which you can see blue, cyan, magenta, yellow. So 2 to 6. 6 will not be considered, minus 1 up to that step will be taken place. List is truncated to the end of the list. List is truncated to the end of the list. List 1 to 20. Second index is out of range. Second index is out of range, that is top value. But you will get the output of complete 1, which it is available within the list variable starting index 2 and which goes up to end. Now list 1 7 starting index and 2 is the stop index. First index is greater than second index. So now results in an empty list which doesn't available 7 index number because total values is 7, which means 0 to 6 7 data items. So return sublist from index 0 to 4. See another slicing. We didn't specify the start index, but we specified the start, which means starts with 0 index from left to right. Okay, so that how which takes place a slicing. There is another one which we used here, step size. Start with 0 and go up to 6, but step value is by default is step value 1, which increments 1 1 1. But if you want to specify your own step value, as you can specify, already I was told you that step value is optional, which slicing works like range function. There also which we saw start, stop, and step. Step is optional. Now in this case 0 starting index and stop is 6 and step value is 2. So we start with 0, then 2 means 1 2 index number value will be printed, then again which goes 3 and then 4 index number value. Now 5 6 index will not be considered because 6 means here 6 minus 1 5, which means here you will get the 2 3 values starting in 0 index value and 2 index value and 4 index value. So when you look at that, then you can see this. This is how output which you will get. Same way, negative index. Elements at indexes minus 6, 4 are sliced. So already I know that. So when you use the negative index which comes accessing from right to left values, data items of list variable. You can see same manner which you can use here. Now another concept is traversing a list. As we saw traversing a list the way how we can do earlier example. Same thing, we can access each element of the list or traverse a list using a for loop or while loop. So list 1 which we took the variables and by using for loop, which you can see for item in list 1 print item, which will be printed all the items of list variable. Another way of accessing the elements of the list is using range and length functions. For I in range of by calculating the length of the list and then it will be assigned to the variable and which will increment that each one to access all the elements. That is how traversing will take place. Earlier class which we saw the way how we can traverse the list data items. Nested list also which we saw, when a list appears as an element of another list, it is called a nested list. When a list appears as an element of another list, it is called a nested list. So list 1 equal to, which is a mixed data, which we use integers, strings and list within the list. So list 5 which we took, another one is normal list. To access the elements of nested list of list 1, we have specified two indices list list 1 of ij. To access the element of nested list of list 1, we have to specify two indices list 1 of ij. Then first index or indices I will take us to the desired nested list, and the second index j will take us to the desired element in that nested list. List 1 of this subscript, which is also called as subscript or index number. So there are two subscripts here which we need to use, because this is a nested list. When you say nested list, two dimensions, x and y. That is why which we took here I and j. So list 1 5 index number followed by 1. So this is I value, this is j value. Now 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 index number, we starts with inner list. 5 index number, we starts with inner list. Inner list again, which will be assigned again this particular list values 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Its own index number. This is another list which is included within the list. Now 5 is the inner list. 5 0 means 3, 5, 1, which means 4. The output would be here 4. That is why we got here 4, which you can see clearly. And 5, 2 means 5 we will get as an output. That is how nested list, the way how we can make use, accessing the elements by using the index values, index numbers. If it is nested list means which is two-dimensional form, then you must make use two subscripts. Otherwise, if it is general list, which you can use only one subscript index number, you will be able to access all the data items within that list variable. Now, copying list. Given a list, the simplest way to make a copy of the list is to assign it to another list. Assign another list. That is what which we call it as copying. So let's take an example. Copying one list to another list. List 1 equal to, which we specified the integer numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and list 2 equal to list 1, which means whatever the data items or values which are available in list 1 variable, that all the data items will be assigned to list 2 variable. That's why when you print the list 2 variable, you will get output which it was contained in list 1 variable now, which is also available same data items in list 2. We copied from list 1 to list 2. Same way list 2 is having now data items and same data items which were having earlier in list 1. That's why both outputs will get same. Now the statement list 2 equal to list 1 does not create a new list, rather it just makes list 1 refer to the same list object, which refers to the same list object. Here list 2 actually becomes an alias of list 1, alias of list 1. Therefore any changes made to made to either of them will be reflected in the other list, okay. So now whatever statement which we used here, list 1 list 2 equal to list 1, if any changes which you make any one of the list variable here among those two list variables, which will be reflected to another variable. So that's why, so how it will be reflected, which you can see by using adding new element list 1 dot append of 5. 5 is the data item which you want to add for list 1 list 1 equal to 1 2 3 4 5. Now we added the one element data item into the list 1 variable. Now check with list 2 also, yes, which is reflected. Okay, So we can also create a copy or clone of the list as distinct object three methods by three methods. The first method, now how we can do this? By we can also create a copy or a clone of the list as a distinct object by three methods. The first method uses slicing. The second method uses built-in function. There is a list. Also, we saw this list function earlier class, the way how we can make use. And the third method uses copy function of Python library. So these are the three different ways which you can do this, copying the list to another list distinct manner. Method 1, we can slice our original list and store it into a new list variable as follows. New list equal to, by using the method slice. We know slice how it works. New list equal to old list. Okay, old list, the variable earlier which it was having of slice. Here we didn't specify start and stop, which means the old list data, whatever data items which contains this variable, complete data items will be assigned to new list variable. New list variable. This is how syntax format which you can use slice, basic format. Now let's take an example. List 1 equal to 1 2 3 4 5, list 2 equal to list 1, and slice which we use here. So we didn't specify the start and stop value, which means complete list 1 data items will be assigned to list 2. Okay, so that is how it takes place. Same way, method 2, we can use the built-in function list as follows. New list equal to list of old list. Let's see now, same thing which will be happen, copying that list 1 into list 2. Now another one is, we can use the copy function as follows. Import, when you want to use built-in function, import copy function from the library, then import followed by copy name, then you use the statement new list equal to copy of old list, then import copy list 1 equal to example which we see here, copy of list 1, then assign to list 2, then which will reflect that list 1 data items will be copied into list 2 variable. Okay, so this is how operations on list in Python programming which you can work with. So we'll continue this. Whatever we learned in this session theoretically, we will see next class practically how we can work with in Python editor. Thank you.